All right, first and foremost, we have all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rukakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who is worthy to be counted for double honors. Peace, salutations to the brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for the love of the gospel. All right, it's the brothers from the Indiana camp. Come back at you again with another camp. Camp on the highways and byways, you know, which is commanded in the Holy Scriptures for us to do. All right. This is actually something this is a must, all right? Just like Elder Apostle Gabar said, you know, preaching on the highways and byways is a big part of our faith, man, all right? So making the sit-downs, talking to people on our daily day, that's also part of the faith, all right? But coming on the highways and byways is giving up our bodies for a living sacrifice, okay? Sure. We're supposed to come out here, rain, sleet, snow, heat, in the dead heat, in the dry heat, in the bitter cold, you know. We've been got nicknames called snow dummies, you know. But that shows our faith to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. Scripture says what? Be instant, in season, out of season, correction, reproof, and so forth, man. But if you look up that word instant, it means what? Present, all right? Present in what? Present in the cold, in season, when you harvest some fruit. And then out of season, what? When the fruits are all dead and gone away. Be instant, which means what? Be present. Be right there, you know? Yep. And when you be present, what? You're never gonna be absent, all right? No weekend should go by and we're not out here, man. You know? Until the apostles say, hey, you know, until the apostles give the okay for not to don't go out here when it gets too bad, all right? When they're actually gonna be looking for us, you know? But that's also recorded in the scriptures, man. You know, this is what? It's going to be a crying for wine in the streets, you know? Yes, that's talking about, you know, literal line, but you can talk about that spiritual as far as like the truth. It's going to be crying. They're going to want answers, all right? Why is this happening? Why is this going on, you know?
Yeah, you got something? Okay, I got something. You said it's mandatory. It's mandatory for us to be out here, you know? Yep. This is Luke chapter 14, all right, verse 17. It says, actually it's verse 16. Then said he unto him, a certain man made a great supper and bade many.
Yeah, this great man is Yahushua, go ahead.
It says, and sent his servant to supper time to say to them.
And who's the servants? The prophets that you see before you, the men that's on the highways and byways preaching the truth directly and correctly. Go ahead.
It says, and sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, come. For all things are now ready.
Yep.
And they all with one consent began to make excuse.
See with one consent. They started making excuses, man. All right. Oh, I can't do it because of this. I can't do it because of that. You know. Oh, my job. I can't do it because my job is in the way. Yep. I can't serve the Lord because of my job. Go ahead.
Yeah. It says, and they all with one consent began to make excuse. The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I must need go to see it.
Oh man, I just moved into my house. You know, I gotta kind of get that, you know, situation. I gotta get in my furniture. I'm gonna go pick that up and go do this and go do that. You know, go ahead.
House is the first thing I thought about when I read this. So I bought a new piece of ground, or I got a new house.
Yep. Now note that all these excuses that they're making is actually scriptural. You know, it's actually lawful for them to take off from whatever they're doing. You know, once you married a woman, they're all in the law. All what they're making excuses for is all in the law. All right, but it shows you the most importance of pushing this truth, man. Because you're supposed to neglect all that, man, and still come out here. Go ahead.
Because you're putting it before you. How about Shem Yahushua?
Exactly.
All right. They that all with one consent began to make excuse. The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I must needs go to see it. I pray thee, have me excused. Another said, I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I pray thee, have me excused. And another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. So that servant came and showed his lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, go out quickly into the streets and the lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind. All right, now those the poor the maimed, the halt, and the blind are the sickly of the house of Israel, man.
Yep.
The ones that need a physician.
Yep.
All right. The Lord said, "I have come. If you are not need of a physician, then I've not come for you, man.
Yep.
I come for the ones who need to be healed. If you're already healed, then you don't need no savior.
Yeah.
You know.
Deliver yourself, man.
You can
just
deliver
like
yourself.
just like Nate said. He said, "We ain't no weak Jews." You know. Okay. If you so strong, then deliver yourself, then, man.
Yep.
All right. Because best believe I need Yahweh Shem Yahshua to come deliver me, man. All right. Go ahead.
That's right. God. And I said,
And also the weak, the feeble. It's also unlearned men. All right. Because what? Who do they call unlearned? Peter and John. You know. I know it was Peter and somebody else in Book of Acts. They called them unlearned men because they didn't go to theological school.
Barnabas? No.
And Paul and Barnabas.
Yeah,
It's probably Paul. No, Paul knew the law. Paul was it was Peter and someone else.
Okay.
You know, but anyways, we didn't go to no theological school to learn the Bible. We didn't go to no Catholic church or no high degree school to learn these scriptures, man. The Lord just revealed it unto us now. Now we are equipped with the tools to debunk anybody that walks up here, man. All right. So we would look at, you look at you just some niggas. You just some young niggas. All right. You ain't know. Oh, you still got Similac on your breath. You ain't know. I've been in the church for 30 years. You can't teach me nothing. You know. So we're looked at upon this planet Earth as the weak and feeble. You know. Young men are not supposed to have knowledge. All right. People. That's why in the scriptures it says what old man is not always wise, or great men are not always wise. You know. Just because you got gray hairs don't mean you're just this wise guru walking upon the planet Earth. You know.
yeah, the Lord said, I have chosen the meek to confound the wise, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it real
And
quick.
older people are looked up upon this. Well, I ain't gonna say looked up to, but old people tries to set themselves with the self-esteem. You know, because I remember one time I was in a grocery store and I was talking to my cousin, and she's a little younger than me, so she was like on Snapchat and Facebook. She's only 2 years younger than me, but I was acting like I was way older than her. And I looked at her, I was like, back in my day, we didn't have Facebook or Snapchat. You know, we didn't have flat screen TVs. You know, and I'm 23, so I was right. You know, back when I was little, we didn't have flat screen TVs and shit like that. We had like the big back. You know, and we didn't have Facebook, and we didn't have Snapchat, but still, this old man looked behind me. He said, "You make it seem like you 40-something," you know, just to basically make fun of my age. You know, saying like you, man. He said, "Man, I remember back when I was young." He started naming stuff before I was even born. You know, like I trump what you talking about. And then he said, "He's how old are you?" And I told him I think I was 19 at the time. He said, "Boy, you still got Similac on your breath," you know.
Yeah.
So basically, these old men, they kind of look up to themselves. They try to pat themselves on the back like, I'm older, I know more about life than you were, you know?
1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 26, verse 25. It says, because the foolishness of Yahweh is wiser than men, and the weakness of Yahweh is stronger than men, for ye see your calling, brethren.
Because we able to confound old men with little milk scriptures.
Yep.
One milk scripture I can think of is John 3:16.
Yep.
That alone would shut anybody down.
Yep.
I bet you if a couple of these people in the car, I tell them get out and say, hey, break down John 3:16 for me. They'll be like, well, God, He loved the world and anybody can be saved. Epic fail, man. Go ahead.
It says,
but yeah, we have the tools and equip to know how to break down John 3:16 correctly, man.
yep. If I ask these people, I was just finna say, if I ask these people who rule the world today, they couldn't answer me. Oh, China's stronger than America, or Russia is real stronger. No, man. You know, Job 9:24, man. That's a milk scripture, man. But it can confound many.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. People don't even know who ruling the world right now.
They don't even know. Trump.
Right.
You know.
Right.
It's a 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. But Yahweh hath chosen the foolish things of the world.
You ain't got no Al Sharptons come into this shit. Now you might have a couple, mighty brothers as far as probably a couple famous, like from the football industry or from the basketball industry. But you ain't got no mighty, Al Sharptons or Reverend
Jesse Jackson.
Jesse Jackson. He ain't got no real Hyman's famous like your Will Smiths or your Denzel Washingtons coming into the truth. You know, they're supposed to be looked upon as great upon this planet Earth. You know.
Yeah.
You got what? You got just regular old men.
Yeah, average Joes.
Yeah, average Joe, man. Matter of fact, not only them, that the people that was around us, they look like, man, you was smoking crack 5 years ago. I remember you was doing this, you was selling dope, you was doing this. Now you so-called think you holier than me? You ain't nobody. Just because what we was doing 4 or 5 years ago. I remember my mama said, I was telling my mama about the Bible and everything, and she was talking, she was like, boy, you celebrate Christmas, why my grandbaby can't celebrate it? I'm like, well, I did it ignorantly. I didn't understand it. And you don't really understand it. Why? And I asked her, why do you celebrate Christmas? What's the main reason? To celebrate his birthday? I'm like, and then I was like, okay, well, if they brought fresh herbs and frankincense and myrrh, which is supposed to be herbs and incense, how did they pick that in the dead of winter? Boy, you can't tell, and that's right when the old thing coming. You know, you can't tell me nothing. I was here before you. It's just such, you know. So we just ordinary people, man. Our family, oh, you ain't nobody special. You ain't holier than me, nigga. I remember I used to smoke weed with you before, you know.
And I had the same thing told to me, man. You think you changed because you read the Bible? You the same old nigga that was smoking weed.
Right, but Scripture says in 2 Corinthians, it talks about what though our outward man perish, but our inward man is renewed day by day.
Right.
So daily we're killing off this old man. All right. So we're a new creature.
Yep.
You know, we're not that same. We're not that same person we was in the world, man. You know.
Finishing out this 1 Corinthians 1:27, it says, "But Yahweh have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise."
Yep.
All right. So the knowledge of the Bible is higher than any college degree you can ever get, man. You know. We can confound those professors in them lead colleges, man, and Harvard and Yale. All right, it says
it's been done before.
And with milk scriptures, man, we don't even have to go too deep.
Shit, James White the Edomite and vocab alone, they got all them doctrines. But guess what? Guess what they're losing sleep over? The apostles of Great Millstone, man. They're trying their best to debunk what we're talking about, man. Why? We don't even have the type of degrees you have. But why? But why do we why do we have to why do y'all have to put so much time and effort into us?
Right. Yahweh have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and Yahweh have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Yep.
The
weak things are us. We're the ones who are looked down upon in society.
Yep.
We're the ones that you would consider weak. Why do you think, using the analogy you brothers brought out with the college thing, why do you think a lot of times you see the videos when the Spirit of the Lord have us confounded individuals, they'll say, well, you ain't go to college, you got a degree.
Right. I got to get a degree from a man that this Bible condemns, and that I got to get a degree from a man that this Bible condemns and says I'm the true heir. I'm the true person that can understand these scriptures. But I got to get a degree from him to allow me to understand these scriptures.
And that's proof.
That's like me giving you a TV, but yet you got to get a license from him in order to watch that TV.
What you got to do with
it?
Right,
what you got to do with it, man?
Right.
Fuck it, bro. You
no. Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's the proof. Because here it is, you got the weak. So we're the weak of the world, right? In you people lives, right? But yet you can't Bible shot Luke put a word in your mouth.
13. I got it.
You got it. 19.
19.
Luke, because I was already in Luke. Luke chapter 19. Luke 21:15. It says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist."
Can you read it again, Bible Shah?
Luke 21:15. It says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries."
So we got knowledge.
Yep.
He said, "I will give you a mouth and wisdom." So we got the understanding. The Jeremiah 3:15, I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with the bread of understanding. Yep. So we got wisdom. What we saying is the correct thing. You got it.
I got that Let me finish the scripture. I got the definition of degree. It says, I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay.
Gainsay meaning you can't confound us. You ain't gonna be able to. It ain't gonna be no banter that go back and forth and you gonna win.
Refute.
Or you can't disprove.
Yep.
You can't gainsay it, and what else?
Gainsay nor resist.
Nor it can't be denied, man. It just can't be denied. When we say the so-called white man, the devil, he destroyed the earth. He's destroying the earth, and we going to the science how and it can't be denied. You got it, bro.
Verse 16. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
Further proof. Christianity ain't got it. What happened to this? Look, the reason why Yahweh Shai, Lord and Savior, the world calls Jesus, was killed is because he testified against the world, okay? The scripture says the world loveth its own, all right? So that's why he was, and then also because, you know, it was prophesied, but the point I'm making is, look, man, he wasn't no passive ass, happy-go-lucky, friendly, oh, it's gonna be okay, I'm gonna pray for you individual, all right? And we not like that. We thus saith the Lord. All right, we speak whatever we speak. Thus saith the Lord, man.
It says, and listen to this, verse 17. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but there shall not an hair of your head perish. All right, so if they're gonna cause some of us to be put to death, then how shall not a hair on our head perish, man? You know, because we're gonna be resurrected, man.
This nigga shook his head at us, and he ran around with a fucking pink do-rag on, and he don't know he an Israelite. But you shaking your head at us.
This is the definition of degree.
What
all right?
scripture?
Huh?
What scripture?
No, that's the etymology of the degree.
Oh, okay.
The Latin D means down, and in the Latin, gradus means to step or grade. So it's a grade or a step down. All right, so when you go to college and get a degree, you're going further away from wisdom, you know?
Because once you get what's it called? Because once you get that degree, what are you going down from? From the rightful way of thinking, you know?
Right.
Because a man's supposed to. Where's the whole duty of man? To serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. In college, which the brother we're gonna give you testimony. In college, they actually teaches you a way that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, you'll go to college and come back like what? God don't exist. Big Bang Theory. Yeah. You know, what's that shit called? Carbon dating.
Carbon dating.
You know, which is what 80% inaccurate.
Right.
You know, 80% wrong, but you believe in the shit, man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's just like with analogy, Waterboy. You know, Waterboy mother taught him everything that he knew. And once he went to college, you know, when the professor was talking about the double obligata, you know, he was like, "Oh, Mama said, hey, Mama's wrong, boy." You know, so you grow up learning one thing, but then once you go into the colleges, you know, they teach you a different doctrine.
Yeah, and you know what? And in that Waterboy movie, when you really look at it, a lot of this shit his mother was saying, well, she was right. Foosball, that's of the devil. When you go into the so-called white man, he behind all those. Here it is. Football is one of the most riskiest, deadliest sports.
Oh my God, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
You get praised and famous for hurting a motherfucker. Yeah, I put that nigga in coma. Yeah, I broke that nigga collarbone. Yeah, woo. And then the fucking so-called white man it ain't even no clause to protect them from concussions and all that shit.
The padding on them fucking, the padding inside the football helmets is hard as fucking rocks. I'm like, why the fuck is it padded? I mean, it's a little soft, but shit, motherfucker's still hard. You hit it, ain't gonna be no real protection.
We're at preset. This is because this precept going into we talk about the science and the degrees and college and all that, right? This is 1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, which is the scriptures, the true understanding, avoiding profane and vain babblings.
Empty talking. Because profane, which means what? Outside the temple. Vain, empty, and babbling. You just rambling on about some nothing shit.
Yeah. And